Round, Holyfield, by CompuBox estimate, threw 18 punches, and Byrd threw 61, landing 12 of 49 jabs. Harold, how do you have it through 6?
Okay, Jim, 5 rounds to 1, 59-55, Chris Byrd. Jim, I just think he's jabbing him to death with that right jab. But I got to tell you something about the rules. George Foreman said something very interesting. You're not allowed to open the boxing glove, just like George told you. You got to keep it closed. Now, at times, when Byrd throws that right jab, he opens the glove. Now, Randy Newman should warn him about that. If he keeps opening the glove, you take away a point. Under the rules, you must keep the glove closed.
Well, you know, I think it's abundantly clear by now that Randy Newman isn't going to warn him for opening the glove, despite the fact that he continues to do it.
Well, when it lands on Foreman's head, the glove closes.
You mean on Holyfield's head?
On Holyfield's head.
And if he comes over,
George.
If he comes over and punches Foreman, it'll probably close there too.
Step back. Let me have this glove.
Does this remind you just a little bit of Jimmy Young and you, George? I hate to bring it up, but Jimmy Young was a right-handed version of Chris Byrd.
I think Chris Byrd is in a league of his own.
That fight, George Foreman against Jimmy Young, was March 17, 1977 in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Memorable night. Launched George Foreman into the next incarnation of his existence, which was out of boxing for 10 years, and then he came back. What a story.
Beat the devil out of him. Evander is allowing this guy to just relax and do whatever he wants. Trying to counter-punch you. You just can't do it.
One of the discussions before the fight was reflexes. You have to have great reflexes to fight a quick counter-puncher like Byrd, and does Evander still have that?
No, you can't fight him with reflexes. You got to fight him with momentum. You got to get your chest right there on your head right there on your chest. Keep it there all night and throw some kind of punches.
Why is he not doing it?
I don't understand. What kind of training has he had?
No, I don't think that's it at all. I just think Evander can fight the big heavyweights because they don't move a lot. He can find a strategy against this guy. He just looks old. Just isn't there. You know, in a way, it's a heavyweight version of the lightweight fight we saw last week between Mayweather and Castillo. But it's more interesting because of the great personality and great fighter that Evander Holyfield is in America.
And you're saying that just as Mayweather was too quick and slick for Castillo, therefore Byrd is too quick and slick for Holyfield.
And he's even throwing harder punches than Mayweather did last week. And Holyfield looks discouraged as he goes to his corner.
You okay? You fine? I have a question. You got to get close. You got to get close and you got to punch. Those straight punches. Don't throw the hook. Straight in front of you. Bing, bing, bing. Get close and throw them straight. Tim, you letting him know there's something wrong with his left shoulder. Don't do that. If you're going to do it, put it on the front. More water. Breathe.
Couple of things in Holyfield's corner. One, they're putting ice on his shoulder.
5, 6 punches at a time.
And secondly, he didn't sit down in the corner for the first time in the fight. What reason could there be for that, George?
Second round, he hasn't sat down.
Yeah.
International feed for Don King overseas, being announced by veteran blow-by-blow announcer Bob Sheridan, also called the Colonel, and one Lennox Lewis, who accepted $1 million from Don King as step-aside money not to fight Byrd, along with a Range Rover, and as part of that deal is participating in honoring and being a part of the public presentation of the 2 fights that King has paired together, this and Jones-Ruiz. We'll try to talk to Lennox later. Round 8 begins with more Byrd popping at Holyfield from long distance, and we heard Don Turner, Holyfield's trainer, saying, you got to get close.
You got to get close, and you got to have heart, and that's what he's losing now. Gone to his corner twice and hasn't sit down on the stool. Generally, when a fighter starts out sitting down on the stool and doesn't go back, something is wrong. He's discouraged.
He looks like a lot of guys have looked in the late rounds after having been flummoxed by Chris Byrd. And now Byrd is starting to smile and laugh.
Evander's turned southpaw.
And that's what Byrd was smiling and laughing about, obviously. Yep, you're right. There's the southpaw stance.
I don't recall Evander doing that. He probably has somewhere in his career. But this seems like an act of desperation.
Gotten discouraged, very discouraged.
He's looking for better punching angles. He told us that he would hope that he could get Byrd to square up shoulder to shoulder against him. That's only happened 2 or 3 times.
Well, you saw what he had in mind. He tried to trick Byrd into range for a big left hook. It grazed or just missed Byrd, and now he goes back to his conventional style.
If only Chris Byrd could punch, he could end this fight.
For all we know, George, the fight may be over.
What a feather it would be in Byrd's cap if a guy regarded as a non-puncher knocked out Evander Holyfield, who's regarded as having one of the greatest chins ever.
And that's the way you fight these guys. Don't throw big punches, just win every round. That's what Evander should have been doing with Chris Byrd all along. Stop trying to win the guy, knock him out, win round.
Byrd, from time to time, embarrassing Holyfield with his greater quickness in there.
That's that backhand with that straight backhand again. I mean,
Yep.
slap backhand.
As I said, he's going to get away with that. Randy Newman is not going to stop that. Right hand landed over the top. Byrd kind of looked down disgustedly as if, how did I let myself get hit?
You see how easy it is to hit him with a shot? Or Byrd to get tagged when you don't throw power?
Well, and if you go to the body instead of to the head, too.
I don't think it's easy at all. Because if it would be easy, Evander would have found out a way to do it by now.
He just does not believe in throwing little shots, Larry.
He lands a right uppercut as Byrd gets brave and comes in. Holyfield momentarily landed the uppercut, but all in all, another one-sided, largely Byrd round, at least to our eyes.
How you feel? You feel all right?
How about that?
Now you're going into the deep water now. So you got to really make him work. He done tried every way. He done lost everything now. He's trying to go
He done got desperate now. You got
so he getting
the last
desperate. You have to
3
watch
seconds.
a desperate fighter.
Punch. Don't wait for him. Punch. Bang. Bang. Bang.
You gotta throw it.
Make yourself a commitment to get
You ain't got no game here if you don't. You gotta throw it.
Get close and stay close. Stay close to him.
This is Chris Byrd's version of a bird in hand. And the bird in hand for him is Evander Holyfield.